What is this vision appearing in the sands of Morgan Porth? They're the patterns Hereford-based Simon Carroll uses on his nationally acclaimed ceramics, but here on a gigantic scale.
At first, I couldn't quite get it right. I couldn't get the perspective, and the images were looking really quite strange. But now with practice over 4 years, they've got a lot better.
We were just coming down for an early morning swim before the tourists came, and we saw this wonderful sight. Obviously a lot of work had been put into it, and it's tremendous.
I think the dragon is amazing, such detail, fantastic.
To map it out, what I do is I use a big length of string with knots in it, and so I can strike arcs, a bit like a technical drawing or an architect's drawing.
Circle in the sand, circle in the sand. From down here, it's almost impossible to see what this is. People have even been seen playing tennis on the squares, or even willfully walking straight through it all.
It usually is kids and adolescents. They drag their little bodyboards through it and stuff, and they look at you as if to say, you know. But that's only happened a couple of times.
But from the top of the cliff, it's simply magical. Almost everyone we saw today, however small, seemed to have a natural respect. After all, we know from A.A. Milne that you should never walk on the lines.
It's such a quick hit. Like this morning, it took me about 4 hours just running and having to think as well at the same time as just labour. It's really quite nice. And then trying to beat the tide, and especially this time of year, trying to beat the crowds, which thankfully it's quite cloudy today. I haven't had to do that. Simon
never quite knows what it's going to look like until he goes up on the cliff when it's finished. Very pleasing indeed.
Very good indeed, and ideally if you've got a cliff to sort of climb up to view it, that's what you need.